Hi everyone, it's Ashley. Thank you so much for clicking on my video today. Guys, I am so excited. I was in my craft room today and I'm supposed to be kind of organizing my craft room, cleaning it, and kind of getting things ready for my next video. However, at some point along the way, I decided to open up Design Space, and to my delight, I found this design and I had to stop everything I was doing immediately and go ahead and get this cut out. I just absolutely had to. Now, I do have a few disclaimers here that I kind of want to get into before we even start. Now, I will say that I did not design this. It is in Design Space. It is free if you have Cricut access, as I do. You know, I didn't have to pay for it. Everything is already done and designed for you. Originally, it is sized at 11 inches. Now, when I went in, I just kind of went and did edit details just to see. I like to make my design as large as I can without having to use my large Cricut mat. For no other reason than I'm just lazy and I didn't want to get up and grab it. I try to avoid having to use it just because using that much material in general. I have my little mini easy press warming up here to the side, and it was just getting a little angry at me because I kind of started warming it up a little faster than I need. I always forget the mini is like so fast. It warms up so quickly. So anyways, like I was saying, what was I saying? Oh, so I like to make my designs as large as I can without having to use my big mat. So originally this was sized at 11 inches wide. I went in and made it 11.5, which is the largest I can cut on my normal mat. So that is the only change that I made in this, other than, and I'll show you in just a second, the other color that I have, for whatever reason, I don't even know where I got it or when, but the roll that I have, it was not like 12 inches by whatever inches long. It was like 10. Oh my gosh. All of my heat presses are angry at me because I kind of started filming and getting this going a little later than I thought I was. So my heat presses are like, okay, lady, let's go. Anyways, it wasn't 12 inches wide. It's like 10 inches wide, which I don't know. I don't even know where I got it or how I ended up buying that, because I have never seen like a roll that wasn't specifically for like the Joy that was less than 12 inches wide. However, I digress. So with the other color, I did have to go in and kind of finagle it a little just to be able to cut it. However, with this gold, I did have, you know, just a normal size roll. So I was able to cut this all in one piece, which is really helpful. You know, I could not believe it when I unrolled that other color, and it was like, I went to go lay it on my mat and it didn't go all the way to the end. Like I said, it went to like 10 inches and I'm like, So originally I thought that I like did something to it. I was like, what did I do to this roll of glitter iron-on? Because I've never used it. It's my first time using it. So I'm like, But anywho, I mean, I'm sure it was my mistake. I'm sure it says on the packaging somewhere the dimensions. I just was not ready for that. So with that being said, another one of my disclaimers here is, you know, I just used what I had on hand. I didn't want to buy any new or extra material for this because this isn't a shirt that I'm probably going to wear out like all the time, right? I definitely wear my shirts like in the house or as pajamas. That I have no problem with. However, this is like a very specific kind of shirt. I am making this for the Super Bowl, and I will show you what it says in just a second if you cannot tell yet. So this is for the Super Bowl, so it's not something that I'm gonna get a lot of use out of, like all of my other shirts that I wear that are kind of like for everyday wear. I wear my shirts that I make literally all the time. I wear them to death. This is not one of those shirts. This is a shirt that I will just kind of, once I wear it out, I will probably just wear it around the house. So I didn't want to spend a lot getting, you know, like the perfect color, and I just used what I had. So I know that the colors might not be exact However, they are close and they are the colors that I had. So for me, it will be just fine. So now you can see this does say Go Taylor's Boyfriend. Which from there, I think I'm gonna go into my third and I think final disclaimer. I am not a huge football fan. My husband is not a huge football fan. So, you know, we aren't like super into the Super Bowl. So this is just a fun little shirt that I'm making to wear to a little Super Bowl party. It's not very serious, I promise. I'm also not a huge Swiftie. I like her music, you know, nothing against that. I just, however, am not like super invested in Taylor Swift either. So I don't know, you know, everything, but I will tell you, for not being a huge fan of football or Taylor Swift, I cannot get away from either, it seems. So I thought, you know, if you can't beat them, join them. So I thought, how funny would this be to wear to a little Super Bowl party that we're gonna go to? And it just says, Go Taylor's Boyfriend. So that looks really good to me. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move this heat press mat up just a little. I think that this is about where I want it to go. Okay, I forgot to lint roll this. Let me lint roll it really quick. Okay, I'm just gonna double check one more time that it's straight. Okay, and that does look really good to me. So I'm gonna go with that. You know, I could sit here and obsess over this for the next 20 minutes. But at a certain point, I have to just kind of pull the trigger and say, that is good enough, right? So just kind of positioning that heat press mat, I'm going to bring in my big heat press. I had this set at 330 for about 30 seconds. Now I will tell you, with this first layer here, I don't want to get this like completely laid on. I kind of just want to get this tacked down just enough that I can get this carrier sheet off, because we do have another layer we're going to put on top of this. So I don't want to risk burning it like by giving it too much heat. So really this first layer, like I said, I really just want to get this down. And I want to be able to get my liner up, right? So I'm gonna give this just a second to kind of cool down. It is extremely hot. Now, obviously you could take this off your heat mat and it will cool down a lot quicker. So like I said, my husband and I, neither one of us are really super into football, but I will tell you, I am super into the commercials. I love seeing the Super Bowl commercials. However, I think last year, like, they weren't that great, but I do like the commercials, and I really like the halftime shows. So if nothing else, I am excited for the commercials and the halftime show. But outside of that, you know, not really particularly invested. However, I just thought this little shirt was too funny not to make. So this is our first layer. I will tell you, it's okay, it's not bad. So this is the second layer. Now this is really what's gonna kind of bring this together and bring it home. Okay guys, so as you can see, I went to go lay that down and it did not fit. Now, I originally was kind of like, oh my gosh, what the heck? Like, but I think I know what I did. So you guys, if you decide to make this, when you go in, the gold is like all an offset layer. And I think what I did was I resized my top layer and I didn't grab the offset layer with it. So no, that wouldn't make any sense because I don't know. But anyways, one of the layers didn't get sized correctly. So my letters are not fitting exactly how they're supposed to, which is okay. Like I was able to kind of figure out a way to remedy that. Now what I did is, you guys see, I just cut out every single letter and placed it the best I could within the offset layer, right? Now, they are not perfect by any means. Some of them are better than others. However, it is definitely a little off. So that's not ideal. However, I'm not going to let it ruin the project, right? It is what it is, and I'm going to make the most of it. When we're done, I'm going to kind of see how it looks, and I want you guys to let me know if I'm going to have to redo this or if I will be able to wear this to my Super Bowl party, you know, just one time, and if it will kind of work for what I need it to, or if I should recut it and redo it. I do have another shirt. I don't know if it's gray. I think it might be white. However, I do have another shirt and I do have enough of all of the vinyl that I need to redo this. You guys let me know what you think in the comments, if I should recut it or if it comes out okay enough to wear to my party. So just like that, I think that that looks pretty good. This is kind of the final design. Like I said, not perfect because again, everything didn't line up exactly the way I wanted it to. However, I still think it's really cute and I think it's gonna work. We're gonna find out in just a second once I press it. This one I feel like is up too far. So like this part is the part that I had to kind of contour out and then cut separately in the red because I could only cut this much at once and then this was too much to cut at the same time. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go with that. Now I'm going to, let's see, actually I'm gonna bring in this little piece of wax paper and my big heat press once again. Now this time I am gonna really press it. I'm gonna let it go for just about the whole 30 seconds probably. I think I'm gonna do this in about 4 sections, just so I can kind of make sure that every section gets some heat. I really want this to lay down super nice because I do think that will help with kind of my letters being off-centered. If I can get a really nice press, I think it'll look intentional, you know, and it won't look so crazy. At least that's my hope. So I'm gonna move this heat press over just a little because this end of my D is kind of hanging off and I wanna get a good press there. Now I am gonna go ahead and take it, turn it over, get some of that heat out. I'm really nervous now to see how this came out because I kind of messed it up, but let's see what we got. Huh, it actually looks pretty good. Let me tell you, that glitter iron-on is really pretty. I was really annoyed that the roll was what it was, but it's actually a really pretty iron-on, so I'm happy with that. This little bee here has a little lifting on that glitter, so I'm gonna hit that again. The rest of them look pretty good. Okay, so far so good. It's the vinyl itself is doing really well. My gold did get a little like too much heat, so it kind of wrinkled up in some places, but not super noticeable. Which gold vinyl, like gold iron-on kind of tends to do I feel like my experience at least, so not always my favorite to work with, but it is pretty. And it's honestly not too bad. So really the only lifting I see is this B down here. So I'm just gonna take one of these carrier sheets that will fit over that letter, and then I'm just gonna come in with my Easy Press Mini and just go right on that corner there, because I really don't want to give this a lot of more heat. Okay, so honestly, I think that that looks pretty good. Okay guys, so here's my little shirt. You guys let me know, like I said, in the comments below, let me know if you guys think that I need to redo it, or if I got the letters centered enough that it's okay. Like I said, I'm only gonna wear this like one time to a party, you know, at least out in front of other people and not in my own home. So I don't know, I'm kind of thinking that it looks fine, but you guys definitely let me know what you think. Whatever team you are rooting for this weekend, I hope that they win. Whatever team your family, your husband is rooting for, I hope that they win. Neither one of, you know, either my local team or my family's team is in the Super Bowl this year, so I have no feelings one way or another. However, I am so excited for the commercials and the halftime show. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I really hope that if you're interested, you decide to give this a go. If you're inspired and you would like to continue being inspired, please consider subscribing. All right, guys, thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.